All right, everybody, let's take a look at a video, approximation by increments. If f of x is differentiable at x equal x naught and delta x is a small change in x, then f of x naught plus delta x is equal to f of x naught plus f prime of x naught times delta x. Or equivalently, if delta f is equal to f of x naught plus delta x and minus f of x naught, then delta f is equal to f prime of x naught delta x. All right, so let's take a look at this. So the formula we're going to be looking at here it's this one right here. Delta f equals f prime of x naught delta x. Now this, you look at this and you probably notice differentials. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. So when we're talking about marginal analysis, like marginal cost, marginal revenue, marginal profit, well, what that does is that gives you the additional cost or additional profit or additional revenue of producing one more item. Okay, the increment is 1. Well, what if the increment is not 1? Well, then how do we do that? Well, it's with this right here. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. All right, it says a manufacturer's total cost is C of Q is equal to 0.1 Q to the third minus 0.5 Q squared plus 500 Q plus $200 when the level of production is Q units. The current level of production is 4 units, and the manufacturer is planning to increase this to 4.1 units. Estimate how the total cost will change as a result. All right, so let's just write down our cost function. So we've got C of Q is 0.1 Q to the third minus 0.5 Q squared plus 500 Q plus 200. So remember our formula here, this right here, delta, and in our case it's delta C, is equal to C prime of x naught times delta Q, okay? Because our function, see we've got C instead of F, and our variable is Q instead of X. All right. So, well, all we do is we have delta C is equal to, so remember it's delta F. Let me write that formula down. It's delta F is equal to F prime, okay, of x naught times delta x. Okay, that's from this right here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take the derivative. So that's going to be 0.3 Q squared, bring the 3 down, subtract 1, minus 2 times 0.5 is 1, subtract 1, so that leaves us with Q, plus the derivative of 500Q is just 500, and then the derivative of 200 is 0. Now remember, this is all times delta Q. Okay, so we're going to get delta C is equal to 0.3. All right, so what are we trying to find here? Okay, all right, so x naught okay, that we need to plug into here. Okay, we've got to plug that in, the X naught. Well, that's the current level of production. That's the 4 units. Okay, so that's going to be 4 squared minus 4 plus 500 times, well, what's the change? Well, we're going from 4 to 4.1. So delta Q is going to be 0.1. That's how much it's increasing. So that's going to be times 0.1. And once we punch this into our calculator, we get $50.08. Okay, so that's how you work it. If you're not going up by 1 unit, your increment is, something other than 1. In this case, it was 0.1. Okay, so hopefully that video helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.